So one of my favorite students asked me if we could create the kind of rollover where you roll over an image and a colored box pops up with a name that you can click to go somewhere else. I thought, what a great opportunity to teach symbols. Yay! So we're going to make a symbol and do that. Now, it looks harder than it is, okay? So kind of roll with that. So I've got a stage all set up with two images on it. I just imported them, file, import, placed them on the stage. You can see them over here in the element panel. We're good. So I'm going to create a symbol that will be a colored box. So when I roll over it, it'll change from not being there to a colored box, and you can click it to go somewhere. So first thing I'm going to do is get the rectangle tool. And before I draw that rectangle, I'm going to lock these images. If you ever wonder what those little dots are, if you click them, they lock. That's real important. So they're locked. Awesome. So I'll grab that rectangle tool and I'm going to draw a rectangle right over the top of this. And it's that lovely basic gray. Yay! I don't think I want gray. So I'm going to pick a color. And the way I'm going to pick a color is I'm going to, up here where it's up at the top, I'm going to click that background color. And I'm feeling kind of blue today, so I'll get that really nice, I like that blue. So I'm going to go with that blue. And I'm going to grab my type tool. And I'm going to click. And this is going to take me to my about page. So I'll go about me. Yeah, I'd put a smiley face, but, maybe not. And I'll kind of line that up in the center. Perfect. I can always change the font. I've got all these fonts plus other ones, but I'm figuring, we'll go with that. There we go. Lovely. I'll increase the size a bit, and then I'll recenter it. Yep, that's good. All right. So now I have to turn it into a symbol. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click the rectangle and I'm going to decrease the opacity just a little. I just want it to start out so I can kind of see what's below it, just like that. Maybe a little more. Let's just go a little bit more. There we go. I like that. That looks good. Then I'm going to drag my text, which is at 100% still, and I'm going to drag it and drop it right on that rectangle. That way, when I work with it, they're all one piece. Right? So I'm going to select that, click on that rectangle up there, and that selects the text as well. And I'm going to go modify, and I'm going to convert it to a symbol. Now, like symbol _1, probably not a good name. I'm just going to call it rollover. Of course, that's not probably a good name either, but that's the way we're going. Okay. Now, I'm going to modify this a little. So I'm going to double click, come over here to where it says rollover. I'm going to double click it. And what that does is it opens it up on its own timeline and stage. Now I can do some animation. Yes. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click this, and I've got the rectangle. I'm going to drop that down to 0. And I'm going to give it a keyframe. Just click that little orange thing right there. And I'm going to move this forward. I'm going to go like a quarter of a second, but you can go anything you want. It's up to you. And I'm going to drag this forward to 100%. And it's automatically going to make the transition because I have this little thing clicked, the auto transition clicked right there. Excellent. Now, I want to make sure, I just want to make sure it doesn't start before I get going. So I'm going to come up here under the timeline, insert a trigger, and I am going to use the handy dandy snippets. Playback, stop, roll over, double click, done. Okay, so it's not going to play. When I roll over, I'm going to have it play. Okay, so let's go back to the stage. And that is on there. If I just view it now, command return, and nothing happens because I have a stop on there, which is exactly what I wanted. So now let's set up the kind of responses we want. So let's go here, open actions in the little curly braces. You can go over here too and just click. Now, the first thing I want for my rollover would be rollover. But I prefer to use the JavaScript mouse enter rather than the mouse over. I know it's a minor technicality, but I find it works better. Probably just me. So I'm going to choose the snippet, playback, play, stage, rollover. There you go. So let's see if it works. Command return. Gonna roll my mouse in. Awesome. And then I can, oops. So roll my mouse in, but I roll my mouse out, nothing happens. And I seem to have lost some of my opacity. But we can fix that, because I think I just banged that up to 100. But we can fix that. So let's do the next one. Again, let's do a mouse leave. And I'm going to do a playback, reverse, stage, rollover. Command return, roll over, roll out, roll over, roll out. Totally awesome, right? Let's make it clickable. Same place. We keep going back to the well. Click in here in the open actions. I should move this up for you because I'm nice. Plus sign, click. What do I want to do? I want to go somewhere. Now I can either go in the same window, which you might do if it's your personal website, but I'm going to use a new window, and I'm going to use that default that they give you to open up Adobe. You know, hey, it's there. Why not, right? So let's test again. Command return, roll over, click. Damn, it works. Is that like the coolest thing ever? I love it. I love it. I love it. So there you go. That's that. Now we've got one, right? Couple things I want to make sure I do here. While I've got this selected, I'm going to come over here, and where the cursor says auto, I'll click and make it a finger so that when you roll over it, it changes to the finger and signals to the user that you're supposed to do something. Okay. Now I got a second one. Thing about symbols, I could drag the one that's here and I drag it over, but it's still going to say about. I can't change it. But what I can do is come over here and click the rollover, hold my control key and duplicate. Now I have rollover 1. I'll drag that on top. I will double click it, and I'm going to change about me to media. Why not, right? Now, because it's a different size word, I may have to reposition it. There you go. But the good part is that's going to already do the rollover stuff. So I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to add my commands. I'm going to click here. I'm going to do these all at once this time, so because I'm lazy. So first we want the mouse enter, and we want playback, play, stage, rollover 1, done. Going to click the plus sign again and choose mouse leave, playback, play reverse, stage, rollover 1, that's done. And click, and I'm going to go to links, open. I'll do another open in a different window. Like I said, you can do the same window. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm going to change this to ASU, which is Arizona State University.edu. Now you know where I work. Ha ha ha. So that's done. I'm going to close that. So let's go see if all this stuff works. Command return. I'm going to roll over here. It says media, roll out. I'm going to roll over this one. Cool, huh? And then if I click this, now I didn't change the cursor, but it does take me to ASU, and that's pretty good. So the last thing I need to do is come over here, make sure I have rollover 1, go to my cursor, pick my finger. It's better than picking your nose. Command return. So roll over. There you see the finger. Roll over. You see the finger. And that's it. So if I had 50 different images that I wanted to do this with, I could easily just come over to my rollover, click the original. You get my contextual menu. Since I'm on a Mac, I don't have a right click, so I have a control click, duplicate, and go from there. That's it. We be done. Go home.